Stop your turning and help me clean the goddamn goo!
That's it! We're gonna stage a coup!
Lower your voice!
The first is gonna be lost.
You're gonna get me hanged.
No, you're gonna be the leader.
Don't be saying that, even joking.
I'm not joking. I mean, the coup's a joke, but I'm not joking about it. You know what I mean?
No.
We're gonna make a spectacle that's its own kind of coup.
We ain't got coup enough.
Not a violent coup, an artistic one. A sort of revenge on the Andronicus revenge. A comedy to end all revenge. Well, not just a comedy, a sort of folly. No, a spectacle. Or a comedy folly that is a spectacle. A sort of a machination that's full of laughter. But more than laughs, but with the laughs. Well, sort of a thinking man's laughter. So it could be a knee slapper. So is or inspires, or...
Pick one and commit!
I don't know, but I know it's gotta have all the history in it, all the conflicts, like you said, put all the murder and mayhem in one place so we can see what's what they've been, what they could be, which means we gotta squeeze all the sequels of revenge in. We gotta theatricalize the sequels after the sequels, and all the orgies of hyperbole, the grabbing of proxy and privates, takeovers, tantrums, endless campaigns, pillaged elections, apocalyptic weather-spewing fourth shock attack family feuds? Yes, Janice, shock attacks. There must be wars and stars and geriatric stars at war. Heroes must battle heroes. Winged rodents must clash with cleft chins. There must be an explosion of explosion, a massacre of a massacre, an ensemble of an ensemble, to such a ridiculous degree you can't see anything but its ridiculousness. And Janice, when the court sees it, they'll be a little taken aback at first, and there'll be a moment of silence. Don't kid yourself. But then, in the distance, one soul will feel a bubbling finding its way to their hands. What am I doing? They'll wonder. Why am I clapping? And they'll realize they're clapping for hope. And soon it spreads. Not just one court member, but two, and then more. Row after row, gaining speed. Soon all the court, the clapping turns to cheering, then standing on their feet, on chairs, reaching ever higher to touch the ingenuity that could be theirs as well. If two maids could turn the hopelessness of a massacre into a coup of beauty, then they too can imagine a better world. New ways of government will spring forth, new mechanisms of distribution. They'll strip their baubles, they'll be running naked through the banquet room, laying prostrate to servants, making love to enemies and outsiders, bleeding their hearts, flooding through the streets until the entire world is saved by... wonder.
I'm dealing with a mental.
Well, if a person hanging out in this ain't, something's wrong. But no more, we are bringing an end to tragedy.
You think you can bring an end to tragedy?
I just did.
Harry!
Sorta on the small scale, but...
I'll have none of that. You gotta be bigger.
Right, well what if we moved all the men's penises from right to left at the same time? Would that be enough to end all tragedy? Oh, Janice, the corpses! We gotta use the corpses! Quick, help me tie up this bloke and we'll hoist his body into the air.
Stop that.
It's for the fooling. Oh, that's it. We're making a fooling. I just invented a genre. You're welcome.
Harry, calm down.
Ain't no time for calm now.
When are you gonna get a shock or a cleft chin or a wicked rodent? I haven't figured that part out yet. When are you gonna get an ensemble of an ensemble?
Well, you gotta help.
Alright. So, how about we start with this mound here, get it all cleaned, and then we'll be able to see which one of the dead has the type of chin you're looking for.
Me leading man. Oh, he ain't got a cleft chin, but he could still be one of our heroes.
I thought you wanted to be more than a clown.
I'm not a clown. I'm a maid, about to be promoted to fool. Quick, tie this off at an angle.
No, you bossed me around.
I got vision now, which is more than I can say about some people who only got the vision they've already seen.
Is that what I am? Someone without the grand vision of you, almighty fool. What am I doing? You leave those women be, you hear me?
Ooh, look, we can use these branches as a wedding canopy.
Put those down!
Bit of an overreaction.
Them's Lavinia's.
What? She collected branches?
They used them as arms when they chopped them off her.
Really?
After they raped her and cut her tongue out, being more cruel to her than anyone in the world for the entertainment of it, for the ridiculousness, for someone's fooling. Yeah, they want entertainment. So what we do, we chop them up and we put them in a pie. How's that for entertainment? Not funny enough? No? How about this? How about a maid strangles herself, a disrespecting clown, makes herself one more corpse to clean? Isn't that funny enough for ya? Isn't it all just a big laugh? Did someone say pie? Carol? Hello?
Who's Carol?
Midwife. Well, my real name's Cornelia, but everyone gets me confused with the more popular Cornelia, so they call me Carol.
A midwife just came out of a mound of dead to help birth a fooling.
Well, her wound coagulated, so she didn't bleed through.
Why you gotta ruin the magic? We ain't gonna listen to her. She just tried to kill me.
So it's satisfied getting her frustration out.
That's 2 near deaths in one day. You're telling me that ain't special?
How about we make it 3 then?
Oh, don't mind me. Fight about. I'm used to being ignored, stuck in the middle. Not rich, not poor. They don't even have a name for my class yet. Just sort of middle class. I just invented a class.
I invented a genre.
I got my throat slit by Aaron the Moor so no one would know he got the Empress pregnant.
You win.
Small part in the grand scheme of things.
Like me, Carol.
But not even seen. And not someone to get worked up about if you can't remember. Not someone you'd get so angry over you'd slit their throat. All I did was deliver a black baby. Would they think it'd be white? That they could pass that off? No, it was too late. The Empress had been having an affair with Aaron the Moor, and now they wanted to kill the proof. But it was the Empress that wanted the baby dead, and the nurse that wanted the baby dead. But I didn't want the baby dead. I didn't want some foreign little one inheriting the empire. That's understandable. You have to protect your own to help yourself, don't you? Especially when you're not even seen. Stuck in the middle. Supplicating morals day after day just to be noticed. Until you find you aren't even willing to save a baby. Though the baby's father sees you, and he knows you stood by while people tried to kill his little one. Oh no, Erin, don't. Don't, it's not my fault. Have mercy. Please don't slit my throat. I should have saved the baby. Thrown aside. Stumble. Look for help. Stumble. Getting weak. Dizzy. Hallucinate. People in the dark. Try to tell them. Stop the cycle. Feel faint. Blood squirts. A curtain. A maid. Applause. Hold on. Getting dizzy. Falling. Darkness. Nothing but darkness. And the dead. All around. Hear voices. Something about cleaning. Fooling. Cleaning. Screaming. Something about pie. Hold on. Feel hungry. Wake up. Blood. Horror. Here. Now. In the eternal damnation of hell.
Should we have a spot of tea?
Oh, I could use some clotted cream.
All right then. Well, you rummage around for a bit to eat while Gary and I set the table.
But what about the fooling? What about you just trying to kill me? What about the time pressure?
There's always time for tea. Plus, we got 3 workers now, what with Carol showing up. Puts us back on schedule, even with a little break.
But
not being noticed as usual, watching. There he was, Titus, with Chef's hat. Me and Plum sat there pie down in front of that evil empress, and I'm thinking, she got her boys to rape me Lavinia, and now she's gonna eat them. Well, that will be the ultimate revenge. We'll be able to put it all to rest once she takes that bite. Feel a bit of closure knowing the baddies got their comeuppance. But no. There she is, poised with her fork, ready to carve into her savory, and what does Titus do? He tells her that her boys are in that pie before she eats them. So of course she doesn't eat them, does she? Sure, Titus stabs the dead after he tells her, and the Emperor kills Titus, and the new Emperor kills the old Emperor, blood spraying every which way. But all I'm thinking is, it's a missed opportunity. Not getting the satisfaction of watching them munching away on our own children. Well, alright. We'll finish the job. We'll clean her plate for her.
I didn't want the baby killed.
Yeah, we'll want a pie now.
Well, then why am I in hell about to eat people?
It's just the banquet room.
Of hell?
Sort of feels like hell with the mad strangler.
We turned it into a storage space. We're getting it sorted.
Like a judgment.
Of course, we're Romans, so do we believe in hell, or a big collection of dead people in the underworld?
How big a piece you want, love?
And not hell.
Of course, ever since the Christians came, it's a bit of a pile-on.
Gonna make me guess?
So I'm getting a judgment to decide if I'm going to the underworld and hell.
Bit of an escalation, that.
How about literally 3 fingers worth?
All the horror, over and over.
Bigger and bigger.
Alright, bigger, that's the spirit.
Till the maid turns cannibal. But not surprising, just an add-on.
What? A couple rapists baked into a pie ain't surprising.
Well, it happened before, in the Metamorphosis, when Procne fed her son to his rapist father.
Ugh, I should read more.
But that was one person cooked, and this is 2.
Do I have to?
Call me Lavinia.
Bit of a racist.
Lavinia?
Yeah, she liked to call black people raven-coloured.
So it was alright, she was violated, her hands and tongue cut off.
Oh, no, of course not. But it undercuts the empathy.
Carol, the rule is you gotta feel more empathy for the victim than the man who slit your throat.
So I don't gotta feel empathy for you, then?
What you mean?
You were gonna kill me!
Well, you didn't drive me to it!
Oh, what does it matter? They kill you anyway. I mean, look at us. 3 disposables.
What you mean 3? I got use.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a fool.
You don't get rid of the person who's the best at what they do.
That's what I thought. But I guess delivering babies isn't as valuable as someone who sorts. It's just a matter of time. They'll kill you, and then they'll laugh, and then they'll send you to the storage to confess the worst of you. I just stood there. I didn't save the baby. I deserve to be sent to the underworld hell.
I'm certain you did the best you could.
Did she?
Under the given circumstances.
All the horror, over and over.
And the baby's fine.
Is it?
It's gonna be raised by the remaining Titus family.
Oh, well, those are decent people.
Well, what was Titus supposed to do? Be alright with someone violating his daughter?
Well, it ain't likely the baby will survive with a bunch of people making more slaughter outside that door while we're getting your closure.
Wait, so the baby's alive, but now it'll die?
Well, there's not much we can do about it now. Oh, forks go in the left.
There is something. You could be the emperor. We could make the fooling and save the world.
And the baby?
Sure, I'm bringing an end to tragedy.
Well, can I help?
You can up the shopping. I need a cleft chin, a shark.
Oh,
Stay focused, Carol. A winged rodent.
like a pigeon?
Well, that's insulting.
Yeah, a pigeon.
No, not a pigeon. A bat or a flying squirrel.
Oh, right.
We're supposed to find a bat.
Well, there's bound to be one in the storage of hell. Shopping as activism.
It's refreshing working optimist.
Shame on you. Taking advantage of someone suffering a traumatic state is a pilot. Making a search for a thing she ain't gonna find.
I found one.
That's a rat.
Oh,
That's perfect. We just gotta glue some wings onto it. Why you got to be literal? And when you're done with that, I need an ensemble of an ensemble.
That's my job.
Oh, you want to do it now, do you?
No,
You can help us change things or not.
you think anyone can just rally the masses?
You did it yourself. You said calicate the duties, marshal the maids, assemble the scrubbers.
oh, I found a present.
Carol, we are trying to have tea!
We ain't gonna eat that pie. You ain't gonna eat that, Carol. Animating yourself out of the dead like you did. You're the sort who knows how to rise up.
I am?
No, you're the type who's smart enough to accept the world but clean her plate.
You don't gotta be tragic.
Take a bite for the girls, Carol.
Don't let her squash you down like she does with herself.
All them blokes crunching in your teeth.
That's how you become a vengeful maid right there.
Carol doesn't want to be judged poorly and be sent to the underworld hell, does she?
Oh no.
Carol knows that the only way out of the underworld hell is to help save the world.
But Carol isn't gonna help save the world because Carol is damaged.
I'm so quirky.
Gary doesn't think Carol's damaged.
You don't?
Gary thinks Carol's inspired.
Carol isn't so gullible to be complimented into lunacy.
Carol thinks she is. In fact, Carol would rather save the world than have you tell her her only option is to eat people. I'm not tragic. I'm comedic. Found a cleft chin.
I knew you were magic.
We're making a fooling.
Alright, Janice, break's over. You're on your own. Ain't got your satisfaction? It's the way of the world, but you do what you can. Get back to cleaning, keep it together.
Ooh, we could have these two having a headless sword fight.
Oh, and I could glue wings on their heads and make a cherubim.
Might be an impossibility, but you go down with your integrity.
Oh, and how about we have this bloke dressed up as a random shepherd girl? That'll be funny.
When they go low, you go lower and scrub the floor. So first things first, scrub the torso. Then you jiggle them about.
Oh, we could put one in the corner with a skull having an existential crisis.
Next, you pump out the contents of the intestines.
This day is so much better than it started.
Isn't it?
Actually being a part of things.
Use this tube for the feces, this one for the blood.
Ooh, me handsome bloke.
You put him down.
No, he's gonna be the groom in the wedding sequence.
Look at him. He ain't a senator or a tribune. He's just a bloke that got caught up in the middle of this and he needs someone to treat him right.
I wouldn't mind treating him right.
Look, so you're gonna use the dead now for a laugh too.
We can't bring it back to the way it was. We gotta make something of it. Oh, we could have the women doing dance moves.
I warned you about that.
I'm tired of seeing dead women in stories.
Thank you, Carol.
But wouldn't you like to see a whole bunch of them in a line, kicking in the same direction?
Still dead though.
It could symbolize a revolt from tragedy.
Still in the storage of hell.
Just more plopping about.
Then maybe I could have the soldiers do it.
Just more shuffling. Making a mess you can confuse with a purpose. Plopping and shuffling. Revolt after revolt. Never thinking that maybe a revolt could be to clean.
Cleaning is immoral. Dirt and disorder changed your life, so now you go about making it all nice and clean and great again, even though it was never really nice and clean and great in the first place, because the mask of it was always floating about, just under the surface, and all you've done is make it seem pleasant for the people making the mess, instead of doing the work of actually turning it into something good. Because you don't know how to live in the goodness, because you never have, and you think the only thing moral is what you know, even though you don't know, and can never know if you don't know the good in life. Well, when a person cleans like that, their mop is as unethical as a sword. You're the one shuffling, Janice, shuffling girls from playrooms to graves, so worried about taking care of the dead but not actually caring enough to do something about their dying.
I understand. You had some near deaths. It changed your lives. Now you think you can change the lives of other people's as well. But it don't work that way. When you refuse to pick up a mess so people see the error of their ways, they don't see their error. They get accustomed to it. They start thinking it's normal, and when something is normal, it's your identity. And when something is your identity, anybody who tries to make something different out of the normal thing, it's trying to make you different. And when someone's trying to make you different, you feel the need to defend yourself. So what do?
Oh, I scrunch up in a wee ball.
You make an even bigger massacre. Then you got the rats, diseases, more dead, a smell wafting through the streets. Then the home prices go down. People start fleeing the cities, refugees, people fighting for cleaner land, making more death and so on till the entire world looks just like this room. So yes, you're ingenious, but unless you want to be responsible for the fall of the Roman Empire, best get to cleaning.
Oh, Janice, I think you sucked the wrong tube.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, look at her. She don't know what to do, does she? So awful she can't even take the tube out. Oh, if the poo get flung at me, I get confused too. Should you make a scene? But then that draws more attention. Should you grin and bear it? Sort of act like it didn't happen? Oh, don't look like that. You're supposed to be the emperor. I demoted you, didn't I? I got you frustrated to the point of sucking your own tube. Oh, Janice, I've turned you into a clown.
I didn't try and stop them from killing the baby.
Carol, we're focusing on Janice now. We gotta get that tube out. Come on the count of 3. 1.
Oh, that is unpleasant.
Carol, someone other than you is having a rough day.
But I should have saved the baby.
Then do it. I tell you what, you're in the judgment place because we're judging you. But we got you sorted now. We're gonna give you a second chance. Right through those doors to the world of the living.
Where I can save the baby.
And I can help Janice.
Through those doors.
That's right. Oh, that's it. Get all the clown out of you.
But how could I if I'm not even seen?
Maybe because you're not seen?
My feet won't move.
Sneak in and save the baby.
But then the baby's seen, but I'm not seen.
Carol, stop being so middle class and save that darn baby.
No!
I tried to reason, to set a good example. I tried to listen and be polite. I tried impressing with me resume. I raised my voice. I scolded and was stern. I tried deceit, coercion, bargaining. I pleaded and I strangled him near death to show him the dangers when one won't heal but mock the wills of brutal men. I even tried to mime. What's worse than that? What's lower than this low? The only tool I have left, and so I rhyme. How can one cope when chaos permeates? And if what makes some laugh to you just grates, or worse than grates, brings sorrow to the front? Perhaps one simply meant to maul and punt. Does anyone have a mint? Yes? Yes. Bennett? Lavinia, when she was just a squirt, would doctor trees and flowers, beetles, dirt. She'd calmly wait for every heart to beat, even if they never had hearts. Just her conceit that all things animate are not have souls. She'd bandage twigs, then mend half-eaten rolls. But as she grew and lost so many brothers to wars from all our fears of all the others, most of us, when hurt, she lost her play. Like maids, scrub the mess of hope away, confusing it and dirt with the profane. So do not shift or strive, but just maintain the way of life. The
The curse, revenge, the chase, how some will feel so much to feel no grace. The need felt to cope. Then the tasks become just like a hangman's rope. You pick things up not to see what you've dropped, to start again before you've stopped. The vineyard's no longer one that breathes. She's the branches we twist to reeds, inanimate, still in need of mending. Let's take her childhood lead and start the bending. Gary, could you come out here and me a side?
Can I do that?
I'm using me ingenuity.
You alright?
To mend, one can't continue to ignore. One mourns, regards, then adjusts the chore.
Was that a rhyme?
Thus, cleaning could become a way of change, and not just the degree of mess and craze. Hold that branch there for me. If all the chaos was shaped with order, like bodies are inside of order, if simplicity were a part of grandeur, perhaps what's loud and grand could be a savior.
Yeah?
If reverence and irreverence were both blended, then it's possible the fooling could be splendid.
I could work with that.
And if we see the blood as blood and paint, the art, not the gore of it,
Could make us faint. With awe, not shock. And that becomes a hope.
and therein lies a way for us to cope. But first things first.
You gotta deal with the crazy.
Calm down, Carol.
I can't breathe.
Look at me.
I'm not happening.
Look at the clown. I can do tricks.
Oh, Janice. Yeah, Carol, look at the bad clown.
Gary, did you hear the one about the
maid, the clown, and the midwife who walked into
walked into a
look at the
look at the
fool.